come away with one thing tonight, the big idea that we want you to leave with and go out and tell other people is everything you thought you knew about the conditions of emotional issues, emotional disease, depression, and bipolar disorder, you don't know. And each year we get a little closer to figuring it out and letting everybody else know. Now, to get things started, and we want to keep this evening on time as much as possible, I want to introduce two of my favorite people and unbelievably courageous people, and the reason you're here tonight about to have the rest of your tremendous dinner. They literally need no introduction, which is odd because I'm giving them one now. Please welcome Rebecca's parents, Gala and Norm. Get in here, Norm.
Yeah. Those of you that have been here before know that I speak very little. There's one of us that does a much better job. I would just like to thank you all for being here. Given the times that we're in, it's gratifying to see so many of you here tonight. You've come from all over the country and from Canada, and we truly appreciate your being here. I think the smartest thing that I can do would be to let Gail talk.
It's not the smartest thing. Thank you all. As Norm just said, thank you very much for your presence. As I look around this evening, actually as I was putting together the table arrangements, so if you're not happy with your table arrangement, I guess it's my doing, but I do hope that you are all pleased. What I recognized is that we are in a very special space, on a very special night, for a very special reason, and we have become family. There are many families, blood families here, tables full of families who are here. One of our board members brought with her whole family. One of my dearest friends brought with 2 tables of his family and does every year. Each table has family members. The folks back there are all family, our family. It's everybody's family. And that's what I come away with tonight. And our family, there and everywhere. We are all tonight connected through Rebecca. You may have known her, you may not have known her. This evening is not about her, and it's not really for her, but it is because of her. And she loved her family. She loved her family. And I believe that Steve is right, that she's here, she's seeing all the family together, all the families, and that we are united in a common purpose for our vision, for our mission. Read about it, it's in our program book. And that you are now the family, all the families that will go out there into the public. And when you hear someone say, oh God, that one's Looney Tunes, don't date that one's got depression, which was said about my daughter. And when you hear people use words like cuckoo, Looney Tune, basket case, etc., you now know the difference. You will be able to say, excuse me, wait a minute, not a nice thing to say. There's a human being that you're talking about who lives with something that maybe you know about and maybe you don't. So as family, all the families here tonight, you are now the emissaries who are going out into the public domain, and you are the teachers, because we need teachers. God knows the stigma is there, it's present, you can touch it. It's in every aspect of the media, but it's starting to change a little bit. But we need help. We all need help. So, dear family, thank you for being here. Make sure you get your hugs and kisses from all of us, because we are family, and family gives each other hugs and kisses. And we support each other, and we know about grief. We grieve together, and we are joyous together, and we dance together. And we are together. And thank you for being here. But I am not finished. We have a very special family within Rebecca's Dream, and because my memory is growing short, I am going to be calling up by name our board of directors. And these are a group of people who don't have to do what they do. They are individuals with their own lives, with their own families, aside from our family, and yet they put themselves forward and they step up and they put themselves out for the mission and the vision of Rebecca's Dream, and they need to be recognized. So when I call your name, please come up here. I have a little something for you. And I'd like you to come stand around and surround us because we're the mom and the papa. Jill Barnett.
Norma, you help me with the flowers?
Brett Cutler. Susan Cutler. Hannah Dumo. Liza Gravengard. Harlan Hames. Susan Hames. Joanna Kontradakis. Joyce Meister. David Metrick, who had knee surgery. I hope he can make it up here. There he comes. Okay, Marcy Offit. Stan the Man Sloven. Sherry Tack. Abby Temkin. A couple of our board members were unable to make it for reasons beyond their control. So for each of our board members, we have a thornless rose. You are all the roses in our lives and in our family, and we cannot thank you enough for everything that you have done. Put what? This one? Okay. All right, and then, because we are family, we have some birthdays to recognize. The first is Rebecca Lynn Cutler, who will be 37, would be 37 tomorrow, November 13th. We have Ariana Handelman, who is not here, who should be in bed, but her parents are here, and her birthday is tomorrow. Where are the Handelman? Where are you? There they are. Okay, Jacob and Maxine. How old is Ariana? 10 tomorrow. Okay, November 13th. Jack Frost. Where are you, Jack Frost? Right there, November 13th. I'm not asking how old. Peggy Kuberts. Tomorrow, November 13th. And let's see. There is Neil, who is today, his birthday, November 12th. Happy birthday. Is there anyone this weekend that I don't know about? No? Yes?
Adam Chalmers today.
Adam Chalmers, you try to get away with that today? Okay, we're going to take a moment and sing happy birthday because we're family. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear all of you. Happy birthday to you and many more. Thank you. And my husband, Norman Cutler, does have one more thing he needs to say to you.
Thanks to all of you, we are changing the face of depression.
Oh, and then...
I never get the last word.
And then we have so many wonderful volunteers who are some in here and some out there, and Brett will recognize all of our volunteers, but there is one woman in particular. This evening, the whole year would really not have been quite as special without her. She is the first person to have met Rebecca at DBSA. It is this woman, and would somebody please find Ann Spihar? She's out there. Somebody please go out and get Ann Spihar. It is Ann Spihar who had the very first conversation with Rebecca Cutler at DBSA, and I'm just finding out now that Rebecca called Ann. Rebecca was in Tucson or somewhere in Arizona, and she got this idea. You'll have to read past programs that she wanted to have her 30th birthday to raise money for DBSA, and it was Ann who shepherded that along. Well, that didn't happen, but in the meantime, Ann remained a very close personal friend of ours, of the Cutler family, and a very important person in our lives. She is now with us at Rebecca's Dream, and if she will come out here, I have something that I want to present to her.
Coming, we found her.
Thank you.
And when I say we, I mean other people. Ladies and gentlemen.
Here she comes.
And give that back. That does not belong to you. All right. Give that back. And come over here, please. Okay. Oh, Ann, sweetheart, I think you probably missed. This is Ann. Thank you. And I'd like you all to just give a round of Okay, and then I have one more. Please stay up here with us. All right. And then somebody needs to find Nathan Henry. He's out there too. Okay, we need to find Nathan Henry. Nathan Henry.
Kristen took off.
Okay, Nathan Henry is our webmaster. And while that doesn't mean much in the world of video, et cetera, for Rebecca's Dream, it's a very big deal. Brett had our website up and running, and it looked fabulous, and thank you, Brett. I don't even know where you're sitting. Thank you so much. And then as we started to grow, we knew we needed another website. So he's back there, and I have just a little token for him. And hopefully, he's there?
He's there.
Okay. Ann, come stand here.
It's a long walk.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
It's a long walk. It takes a while.
Okay. And I'll put it on him later. I'm just going to give this to him. This is a little boutonniere that for our webmaster. Okay. When he comes out here, I will give it to him. Is he coming?
If I'd known, I would have brought him with me.
I'm sorry. All right.
There he is.
Anyone else? I have to go.
That's it. Nathan. This is Nathan Henry, and he is our new webmaster.
New and old.
New and old and new, with us at GDSA and with us now. So you now know our group, some of our group, and I want to thank you all for helping us to be where we are and for helping us continue, again, I'll say it, with Rebecca's mission and the vision, and to help us change the face of depression. And since we are all family, if anybody needs any money from anyone else, just ask your name. Enjoy your dinner and enjoy the evening.
Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your support. I just wanted to quickly echo something that Gail said a few minutes ago. That word you're not supposed to say. This is really an amazing weekend for me, and I'm blessed to have the people in my life that I'm blessed to have. The Cutlers are amazing. I've told you how special Rebecca was to me and always will be. In addition to that, my brother and I were adopted, and my brother is special needs. He is 55 years old now. I'm 50. I know I look younger. But I was always the big brother because of his circumstance and situation. We grew up in a small town in upstate New York, and there was no mainstreaming kids in his circumstance. He was put into a room with special ed kids of all various dysfunctions. What we've really done so amazingly well is make sure that we drop the word retarded from people's vocabularies. It's unacceptable. I think you, like me, most of you, when you hear it, you cringe. You know, we're getting to a point now where it's like hearing somebody drop an F-bomb in front of a couple of nuns, and that's what we want. We have to do the same thing here. But just briefly, another organization I'm proud to be affiliated with is called Hesed House. They help homeless folks out in Aurora. And my brother was a professional Olympic-level alcoholic for many, many years. And at one point, I finally had to cut ties for the sake of my own kids and my own family. And I think you can imagine how difficult that is. Many of you know that kind of pain, especially for someone who has special needs. And I really thought I'd never see him again. 9 years ago, this New Year's Day, he quit drinking and he hasn't had a drop since. And for someone with his condition, a second grade reading level, a significant speech defect, he gets up every morning, he tries to be happy. He's got not one, not two, but 3 different jobs. And he's got nothing but friends, and he's making amends for all those years where he was a little rough in the little town we grew up in. So last night, at a Hesed House benefit, he appeared on stage with me to tell his story so that people would understand how important it is that we review what we think we know about homeless people. The reason I tell you this story is because I'm blessed, but also to tie it back into what Gail was saying. When somebody says, that guy's crazy, that girl's crazy, or worse yet, oh, she's nuts, or he's nuts, it's beyond painful. It's stupid and wrong. And yes, I use the word stupid intentionally, because ignorance is much more dangerous, and ignorance is what holds us back. And again, what we need to do is leave this room tonight. It's the same sermon for those of you who've been here before, but we're going to keep talking about it for as long as we have to. We need to treat bipolar disorder and depression. And depression is suffered by almost every man, woman, and child in this country at one point or another, and around the world. And we need to treat it with the same urgency that we treat cancer, heart disease, and every other disorder where millions and billions of dollars is thrown at it. And by the way, I don't want to take a dollar away from any other cause. I'm just saying it's time we grow up as a culture, and it's the message that Rebecca brings. It's the message that the Cutler family brings. So please, when you go forward, don't miss an opportunity if somebody's throwing the word crazy or nuts around to explain what Rebecca's dream is and help them understand. Because if everybody in this room brings in one more person, I'm no good at math, but I think we've doubled. So there you go. Sermon over. Thank you for that. We want you to direct your attention to the video screens right and left of my giant head. And
Hi, I'm Harlan Hames. I'm on the board. I'm treasurer of Rebecca's Dream, and I'm also chair of the Grants Committee. And you may ask yourself, okay, wonderful things that need to be done. What is Rebecca's Dream doing with tonight's money? Let's get right down to it. The funds that are raised throughout the years, you saw in the film, some of them have gone to various different projects. This year, as of the 5th year when we went out on our own, still maintaining a relationship as a partner with other organizations, we began a grant processing committee. And what we want to do is, you know what our mission is, you know what our vision is, and we're asking people to come to us with projects, not things necessarily that they're already doing, but things that will meet our mission so that we can get together with them and partner and not duplicate services and make the most of the dollars that we have available. And this year, we were fortunate enough in the first round to be able to provide funding for 3 projects. Whoa. The projects, and we're very lucky tonight that we have representatives from each of these organizations that we've partnered with that have come up with projects that we can partner. The first project that we funded was with an organization called Erica's Lighthouse that you may have heard of. From Erica's Lighthouse tonight we have Peggy Kubert and her husband David. Peggy is the executive director. Peggy, where are you? You want to stand up just for a sec? And now, some of this stuff will sound very familiar to what Steve spoke about, both the Steves. Rebecca's Dream Grant Award provides funding there for a study guide to accompany and enhance the new video that they have made called Real Teenagers Talking About Depression. And the project targets 8th graders through high school sophomores in an exciting and innovative way, allowing teachers the opportunity to explore the subject in more class and more detail. The mission of Erica's Lighthouse is to help break the stigma surrounding depression so that those suffering can get the help they need. The second project that we did, that we funded, and we have from Erasing the Distance, Bridget O'Shaughnessy. Bridget, where are you? Bridget? This is a really creative project. Erasing the Distance does achieve their goals through theatrical productions. And it was something that just struck us as very innovative and really reaching audiences in a way that would be a lot more meaningful and with great reception. So our second grant award helps create a custom theatrical production sharing 5 true stories of young women impacted by depression and bipolar disorder. The original production will occur during Mental Health Awareness Month, which is in May of this coming year, at a major Chicago venue. The multiple days and evenings and performances by members of the professional acting ensemble, many of whom my wife and I know through our theatrical involvements, are creating these productions, and they facilitate dialogues and access to mental health information and resources. So the mission of the Erasing the Distance group is to use the power of performance to disarm the stigma of mental illness, spark dialogue, generate understanding, and ignite the healing process. And once again, they have designed a project to meet our mission. The final award we were able to make is to Families for Depression and Awareness in a project that they designed for us. And Julie Totten and her husband, Neil Johnson, where are you? Welcome. This award provides funding for the project Speak Out Against Stigma. Photographs of speakers together with their stories will help break the stigma of silence surrounding depression and bipolar disorder. The emphasis will be on mental health care experiences, emphasizing the impact of depressive disorders on families and the need for effective diagnosis, treatment, and health care coverage. Now, we have another round of grants that we're going to make, and that'll happen, probably in 2 weeks when we gather our forces together and see what we have available. I encourage all of you to help us have the resources to fund these projects. If any of you feel so inclined, you haven't participated tonight in any other way, and you want to make any kind of donation, you can do that at the auction checkout table, just so in case we didn't, no hard sells, no cards at the table, but anybody who feels like they'd like to do something, they can do that at the auction table, or you can go to our website and do that as well. And with my treasurer's hat on, that'd be great. With the grant committee, the most exciting and rewarding thing that we have done as a group is make these grants, because we know that we're doing something really meaningful with the dollars we're raising and going to have an effect and reaching out in as innovative a way as we possibly can. So thank you very much. Thank you for all of our grantees who attended tonight, and thank you for being here.
Steve, excellent. Thank you very much. I think you really put a very personal touch on something like this, and it was great, so thank you. And it's really great because there are so many new faces here this year. How many of you have not been here before? That's amazing. That's what we're all about. So next year, with whatever we do, please make sure that you're aware, go to our website, stay informed. Make sure, if you're a guest of someone else and we don't know who you are officially, please make sure that you register with us, get on the mailing list. You can go to rebeccasdream.org and sign up there. I'm sure that we've got plenty of people, volunteers with the orange things, that will take your name and email address or your physical address. We'd love to stay in touch with you. And please remember, apparently now, according to what Mom said earlier, I now have a whole lot more brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, so awesome. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Thanksgiving's at our house this year. But remember, you are who we rely on to get the word out and to get the understanding and the knowledge to everybody else. Every one of you, I guarantee, is touched by this in some form or another. You know people, you've been in contact with people, you work with people, you live with people, you love people, you hate people, whatever it is. These are people that suffer. These are people that we know, and we as a group, as a society and a community can help to make lives better for everyone. It's beyond us, and it's our responsibility to take what we know and make our society a better place. So with that, I will thank you all for coming tonight. Remember, the silent auction is out there. You'll go out, you'll find all the cool stuff that you won. There's a great DJ. He's awesome. Please stick around for a long time. We've got lots more ahead, just not in here. So thank you again, and we'll see you next year.